Evening all, thanks for tuning in. Tonight we are at France for our Tier 3 race, and this is one of the 3 sprint races we've got this season, so look forward to seeing how that goes. We are just a couple of minutes away from getting going. Comms tonight is myself, Clay Mull, and I will be joined by No Fandangle shortly. Feel free to pop any questions in, any comments. Teabag there. Evening, mate. Good luck. Hoping to capitalise on a brilliant win from last week, I assume. Evening, Colin. Yeah, so we're running short quali tonight, which will be followed then by a 9-lap sprint race, which will set the grid for the feature race, which will be 27 laps. Quite a high tyre wear track. And from previous experience, I'd say probably a hard medium strategy. Obviously, if there's no safety cars, that's perfect for the feature. Evening, Jam. Evening, Scotty. Hope you're all well. And we are at 8 o'clock now, so should be getting ready to go. Yeah, everyone's readying up now. 18 drivers in the lobby at the moment. We have got Gameful who will be joining in quali. But yeah, unfortunately running with 19 tonight. We have got Safik. Apologies if I've butchered your name. Safik ready. Making his debut here as a reserve tonight. Evening, Dylan. Evening, Kieran. Yeah. To be honest, looking at your typing, it looks like you need some support yourself. If anyone can let me know the weather, it is looking a bit grey, a bit cloudy from the images I'm looking at. If I'm honest, Jam, I didn't know there was a rule on the sprint tyres. I think at this track, I don't think the soft tyres possible anyway. Or if it is, it'll be screaming at the end. I think the medium is the better choice of tyre anyway. Yeah, I'm not ahead of you, Teabag. It's just because I'm spectating. It sort of just shows me the pit lane waiting for you guys to pick that tyre choice and everything as you're coming in. But it looks like everyone's in now. Saki has just left, so I'll just fire him a quick invite. And I can't. It's saying he's still in the session. dry races, dry sprint, dry feature, and rain in 10 minutes in quali. So it'll be an interesting quali session. As you know, as we've come to expect here at Tier 3, nothing's ever simple. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes this weekend. As I say, Safik making his debut, Teabag on the back of a brilliant result last week at Portimao. Carl still battling with Colin, and Jam now throwing himself in that battle as well for the title. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. As we are on board with Carl, he is the first one on an outlap at the moment. Oh, Teabag's saying wet sprint race 10 mins in. Either way, we're looking forward to some different conditions. See how it goes. It is a very long track as well, so the outlap is a lot longer. You probably only get 2 runs in the later sessions. Oh, actually, no, sorry, it's just one session. Apologies, it's short qualifying. It is just the one session. So you probably get about three runs in. We have got yellow flags in sector 3. I think that's just everyone slowing up, trying to get a bit of a gap to the car in front. There's a lot of people very close together on track, it seems. Carl takes that chicane nice and smooth there. On the power early on the exit of there. This final run down that back straight now. A tricky corner this. You always feel like you either want to get on the power early or it just drags you wide. He's looking fairly smooth. Just coming up now, final corner. Avoids that inside curb completely. DRS open, fuel light is flashing. And what does he manage? A 1:31.7 from Carl. That is the first lap set. I think we've then got Scotty to cross the line next. 31.8. Mative 32.2.
Hello there.
Hello.
Got stuck behind the tractor. Weather forecast?
The same rain in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So end of quali, probably be wet. Teabag is saying wet for the sprint, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think I got caught with that myself Friday night. It's a wet race and literally like the last 6-7 laps, so you can get caught quite easily, especially if it says mixed.
Yeah, it caught us in Portimao in Tier 2 last week. Said wet race. I went for the higher downforce setup and it rained for the last 2 laps.
Yeah, sprint qualifying obviously this weekend. What was your thoughts on it after Friday night?
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah, it's a bit more condensed. It's a bit more panic. I think full quality was a bit more relaxed.
Yeah. I'm just looking. We have got spots of rain.
Yeah, it's raining. I was just going to say the same thing, Claire. Yeah.
Yeah, Safik's just spun after invalidating.
This isn't going to be ideal for Gainful.
Yeah, Teabag's not set a time yet. He is out on the softs. DRS is still activated at the moment, but the rain does look like it's getting heavier now.
Yeah, it is definitely. So I think anyone that hasn't set a lap now is possibly in trouble. Maybe Jimson might get away with it, but yeah, difficult one.
Yeah, Teabag just coming right final corner now, and you can see it raining. So that'll change qualifying. Do you reckon any of them guys have anything to worry about? The guys who've already set on dry tyres?
Yeah, it depends how. There's a couple of guys still on laps, I think, but actually Teabag's the only one on a lap, is he?
I believe so, yeah.
Teabag might be able to scrape Dempster. I'm not sure. It all depends how it feels. He might have enough if he can hook up a lap, but I think everyone ahead of that is safe. North Pack, I'm not sure. Everyone else ahead of that is definitely safe, I would think, at this stage.
Yeah, I think Nerf Pack is on an in-lap as well.
Yeah, obviously with the if anybody is unfamiliar with the sprint qualifying, you get points for finishing in the top 5 in the sprint. 5 points all the way down to 1 in P5. Obviously the short quali here dictates the starting grid for the sprint, and then the sprint dictates the start for the race. So yeah, mixed conditions. It's difficult around France. I had a wet setup, and actually I qualified well for myself going backwards, so it's a hard one to try and get your setup nailed on. I think, and I'm not sure if France is a track where you can get a hybrid setup, but setup is key, especially in mixed conditions.
Yeah, definitely, and I think you see a lot of variations on setups here as well, as we do at, well, a number of tracks, but with the straights being so big on this track, you know, you tend to see one extreme to the other. The high wings for sector 3, end of sector 1, or it's just a low wing setup for the straights.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we saw that last week, I think, with Kane Lowry holding up Carl and Colin for so long on used tyres purely based on wings. But you know, it's one of them. It's a fine balance. You want to be competitive where you can overtake, not really where you're going to be stuck. But yeah, I think France is slightly more open than Portimao in that sense, though, to be fair. You got Barkman doing Luckman out in softs as well, and they are on laps. Teabag snuck in. This DRS is now disabled, so it's going to be getting wet. Can they beat 135? Not sure.
I'm not sure. Probably not without the DRS down that back straight.
Yeah.
Just looking, Terry has said he might be able to get back if we need a driver.
Yes, we do. What seat is the question? Alpha Tauri, if he gets in, I'll send him an invite.
Perfect, thank you very much.
To make it.
Yeah, I did notice that pop up, Dylan. It pops up saying that you've got the fastest lap. It has actually got your time highlighted purple on the left as well, but it's put you in P2. Very close at the top though, just 3 thousandths covering the top 3. As Bark crosses the line, 36.2 is all he manages. Safik just coming across now, but he has invalidated.
Yeah, it's difficult. Saki's left the session. He's had a power cut again. Safik obviously making his debut here as well. Not sure if you pointed that out, Clay.
Yeah, I did.
He's going to be in trouble now as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see guys just kind of mass retiring at this point. It's pretty pointless, I think, but who knows, maybe someone wants to give it a go. I just don't see anyone getting... Oh, sure, sorry, yeah, sure, there is no eliminations out of this session, but I still don't see anyone beating a 136 on the inters. What is it, 10 seconds elapsed slower? Would there be that much in it?
I think it might be a little less, but still, you know, your lap's going to have to be pretty much perfect. It'd have to have been a pole lap on softs to to see you beat that 36, I think. Ah, Jampot saying, guess who did a major whoops? Did the whole lap with the RS turned off.
Yeah, not ideal.
I did notice as well, actually, I think it might have been Nerfpack did the same. As he was on the run to the line, he still had 100% ERS. I
Yeah,
might be
you know
wrong.
what, Chris is nothing at all wrong with where Chris is, to be fair. He's struggled the last couple of weeks, I think. Has pace, definitely has pace, so he'll be starting on the front row. Let's just hope that turn one is taken calmly, especially in a sprint race format or a sprint qualifying format. It can really affect you starting, you know, towards the back if you have any mishaps turn one, lap one, or
that's exactly it, and it's you know, it's not over on the first lap. I know myself on Friday was sat in around 4th in the sprint race, and then had a spin with 2 laps to go. Ended up 10th, so not ideal, but there are positions to be made up.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's one of them. It probably suits the steadier guys, if that makes any sense. The guys that tend not to, you know, everyone has maybe spins and things like that. It can be quite costly in this. If you have a spin in quali, you can get back in, get back out. If you have a mistake in the sprint race, it can cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realise that Saki isn't here, so he's not going to be retiring. Might be long 5 minutes, Clay.
So how's the weather over
there? Yeah, it's fine. It's cold.
Yeah, it's not a really exciting view either, just looking at the pit lane.
Yeah.
Grab a beer each. Well, I think you know how long I've been doing comms now. I'd be pretty poorly prepared if I didn't already have one. Gameful's joined. Be interesting to see whether he sticks a set of inters on and just goes out. Will he have enough time, do you reckon? Yeah, 4 minutes. It's a long lap.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, okay, it's not ideal. You know, the guys at the back haven't set times, but it could still make a difference. You know, I don't know how people feel about this, but I prefer to be on the inside here. Well, sorry, the pit wall side. But that could make a difference. I don't know. Hard to know.
I'm just thinking, is Saki's car going to be stuck in AI?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Is there any way of... No, there's
not. As Jam says, what's the lady clapping for on the balcony? There's no one on track. And also replies with, she thinks I'm Ed Sheeran. Oh, never change, Osso, never change.
Gameful is in the pits and he is on the inters and he is going to settle lap. As I said, he can still, it'll bump him up to P17 and that might be a huge difference, but it's a difference anyway for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It gives him a bit of experience on the track as well. You know what it's like, sometimes you just need to get your eye in. You need a couple of laps just to get your line right, your braking points right.
Yeah, and if Gameful is watching, everybody else is watching, so no pressure.
Yeah, the entire stream, every other driver, all currently watching you.
As the Terriers probably might get in, so yeah, let's see.
Yeah, track definitely too wet to be improving, but as I said, just good for him to get his eye in, get a lap set, and as you said, jump up a couple of positions there just for setting a time.
Yeah.
As also says, brave full odds.
Yeah, we see who's very brave for no turn 1, lap 1. See how that goes. Come back to us then. 1 second there, Clay. It sounds like there's a hurricane in my sitting room.
Typical Irish weather.
Yeah, it was a Dyson. and they say that sprint quali is entertaining.
Well, that's it. The short quali's definitely not. Not with the conditions like this. The mixed conditions so soon, sort of just taken away from what could have been an entertaining qualifying session. But yeah, let's see how it goes in the sprint.
Yeah, it's Gamefull's heading towards turn 1, so let's see. I've no idea how the guy can do this in the wet with no traction. It's yeah. It's you know what? It's not too bad of a track. This right hand, not the first right hander, the second right hander here now is a bit slippy on the rear. Other than that, it's not really it's a good track for traction, not like Portimao where there just seemed to be no grip at all. Bar that little right hander, it's not actually a bad track. It is quite a technical track, to be fair. I know there's a long straight and there's a long back straight, but parts of sector 1 and sector 3 are quite technical, so there's a lot of time to be gained and lost depending what line you're taking as well.
Yeah, well that's it. Turn 2 as well can be a bit of a tricky one, catching the curbs.
Yeah, it can, absolutely, yeah.
The chicane, the curb in the chicane, and the final corner as well. That curb there catches a lot of people out.
Yeah, it can be a difficult track for track limits as well. We think we saw a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
In tier 1 and tier 2 Friday night. It's just one of those tracks. Simple as that. There's not really much you can do about it.
No, absolutely not. As Scotty says, rainful odds.
Some crack being validated.
I don't feel like I've drank enough for this.
Yeah. If I'd known this, I'd have had a beer on the way home.
He's not invalidated, but his lap time is well off there. I think that we're about 13 seconds behind there.
Yeah.
But as you say, puts himself up 2 positions, starting 17th.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I'll be back in one tick there, Clay.
Yeah, I'll be back shortly myself, but your pole man for the sprint race, Chris, tied on time, exact times with Dylan. And then very close behind's Carl. And rounding out the back, we've got Saki, who isn't here, Gamefull. And we'll be back shortly as we start the sprint. as we are back, and I believe everyone will be on the medium tyres. Yep. Chris and Dylan seem to have just pulled away, not wasting time getting back round. So obviously sprint race to decide the result for the feature, the starting grid for the feature race. So where you finish in this will determine your starting position for the feature, and there is no mandatory pit stop in this, so we would expect to see all these guys go to the end on these medium tyres.
Man, tell me Games was on the softs.
No, everyone's on the mediums. I was saying before, it's quite a high worth track, so I don't expect to see anyone run the softs really.
Yeah, no, it is. They start dropping off around that, and then be interesting to see Gunton's strategies here. I mean, in real life, they tend to take it a bit easier in the sprint, as I was saying. An incident here, always, tumbles in onto the back for the feature race, which is not a place you want to be.
Yeah, that's it. You don't really want to get involved in an incident in this sprint race.
As everybody is disqualified. At least there's no 360s anyway, to be fair.
Oh, that is a point. That is a point. So everybody here has a bit of common sense. And grid is all formed up, lights are on.
Ooh, no.
And away we go. Dylan looks like he got a brilliant start there.
I think it's an absolute flyer. So is Carl. Oh, I think Chris just bogs down, if I'm honest.
Mechanical as well has made it up past Scotty. He's just behind Chris there.
As there is a couple of end plates flying around towards the midfield and the back of the grid. I think everyone got away clean, to be fair. No major issues. Good stuff.
Yeah, just see what happens now on this straight. Dylan looks like he is trying to pull the pin at the moment, over a second gap to Carl in P2. And now we'll see on this straight who's got the lower wings. Carl's eating into that gap there. Pulled in just over a tenth and a half on the back straight.
Yeah, I think that mishap from Jampot is proven to be a bit costly for him at the minute. Oh no, Scotty hits the back of Kane Lowry. Jesus Christ, why? I think it was Scotty, and I'm not sure. But
Mechanical at the inside of Chris there as well, taking that P3.
Look, as I said, these two are battling it out. Jampot is involved as well. There is points up for grabs in this sprint as well, but yeah, Carl just seems to
Matey Boy looked like he had a bit of a moment there. I think Jampot actually hit Matey Boy, and Osso's actually took both positions there. Jampot has just lost out to Big Lou as well. This side by side into the final corner. Jam taking a much tighter line, which will cost him on the exit.
Yeah. He does seem to have the straight line speed on Big Lou, and he does make him look up the inside. Yeah, want to be a bit more ahead, and that was more but a wheel banging. That was always going to happen. It's scruffy there as Northpack is round.
Jackie's now at the inside of Jampot as well, so Jam's lost 3 positions in probably as many corners.
Yeah, he just kind of got out of shape through turn 1 and 2. Turn 1 is fine, but for me, you're going to want to be far enough ahead that the car on the outside has to dip down a small, but you don't want to really...
Kane Lowry's spun again.
Fortunate for Kane Lowry. Yeah, Dylan showing immense pace here, if I'm honest. Carl is doing well as well. Colin all over the back of him, but Dylan just seems to be going off into the distance. At the minute, kind of battles everywhere really at the minute, Clay, and it will be in a sprint race as well. Low fuel, extra grip, fresh mediums. It is going to happen.
That's it. You don't really have any tyre concerns. They will probably start feeling them a little bit last lap or two, but nothing concerning. They will be able to push for the full 9 laps.
Gainful is actually doing pretty well up into P12 now, so he's not doing too badly at all, I think.
Yeah, he's just on the back of this pack here. It looks like we've got a bit of a DRS train behind Big Luke.
Yeah, it's a difficult track when you are involved in that DRS train. It's kind of hard to do much, as Dylan has spun again.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Jam Punk getting very close there now as well, and Teabag involved. It's a bit scrappy, if I'm honest, at the moment. I think I just need to settle down. There's still 6 laps left.
Yeah, I think everything that's happened a bit quick. Like I said, Jam a couple of laps ago caught the back of Matey Boy. Looked like Matey had a moment, and Jam sort of just hit the back of him and applied the brakes. Jam has made it past Dylan there.
Gainful and the Jam Puck.
Oh, Jackie's dropping down the order.
Oh my God.
And that's Dylan in the wall. And Jackie. Jackie's spinning, he's got no front wing. And Dylan's gone from P1 to P16 in a lap. Scotty all over the back of Chris here as well. Looks like he's going to be trying to get a move done, maybe into turn 1 now with the DRS. But Chris will still have DRS from Colin here.
Yeah, Chris is doing well. Look, obviously the guys behind him did have the pace. He's doing okay. He's not doing too badly at all. Luckman dropping down a small bit there now as well, as he's into the pits, so Luckman has damage. Luckman just can't catch a break at the minute. That is going to be an issue, because that's going to use a set of mediums. Oh no, he's gone for softs. That's not too bad. And a wing change as well for Luckman. And Jackie is in the pits as well, I believe.
Yeah, Jackie had no wing. I think he had to pit. As you say, soft tyres now, 5 laps, should have no issues with them at all. As I say, I don't think you'd really use them in the race, so this will just be a case of pushing now, trying to use them fresh softs.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do get a late safety car, them softs are spent after three laps, max 4.
I'm not too sure what's just happened with the leaderboard, but it is showing Safik down in 18th. And I don't believe that's right.
That is what I'm seeing as well. He looks to be behind Gainful, does he? That ahead?
No, I think it's Dimster. I think he's just ahead of Kane Lowry. It's Kane Lowry he's got behind him.
Yeah.
And Gainful's now dropping down the order. Looks like he's had contact with
Teabag.
Teabag's,
it was, yeah.
Yeah, Teabag stopped, I think, to give him the position back. I'm not too sure. He is moving again though. He has obviously cost himself a lot of time doing that. Yeah, your front 4 looks like we're in a bit of just a DRS train now for the lead of this sprint race.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the wings. Carl looks to have the wings. Colin and Carl kind of similar for ERS. Chris is in a decent position. Scotty isn't in a bad position either. Scotty can afford to just hang on here and see what the cars do ahead. But I think Colin, if he can, he'll want to get past Carl as soon as possible, if possible.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Chris. Yeah, Chris has got a really good run on Colin there. Pulls back in just before the chicane. It is an hard place to overtake if you can't get it done before the braking zone. It's not one you really want to be going side by side through.
No, definitely not. I agree with you there. You want to be ahead. For me anyway, you want to be able to get back onto the racing line or close to it.
Yeah, definitely. Colin does look a lot closer to Carl here. Safik has left the session.
Not sure. To be honest, I will bang him another invite.
Thank you. And Scotty has just made it past Chris there as well. And also does look like he's gaining on these guys in front ever so slightly. Still just outside DRS at the moment. He's very similarly paced with ERS as well. Looks like Carl's using a lot and Scotty's using a lot. Chris has spun. I was just about to say, no. Chris has still got over 50% ERS, so he's in the best position here, but unfortunately he has spun. That has dropped him down to P9.
Yeah, unfortunate for Chris there after such a good quali session as well.
Yeah, having such a good battle as well. His pace was really good, sticking with the front runners, your championship challenges there. Also has picked up a 3-second penalty in that as well. So at the moment he will just lose one position.
Yeah, Colin's getting very close to Carroll at the back of that at the back straight there. He's just not catching him in time though. I think if I'm Colin now, I'm recharging for a while. Carl is out of VRS, obviously he can afford to recharge for a lap or two, and then just deploy and see what he can do.
That's exactly it. With the DRS, that should help him. I was just about to say we're coming up to the part of the track which I think Scotty's looked the strongest in, sector 3. He made his move on Chris actually through this corner.
Oh no. North Pack again from having contact. North Pack going up the inside on that kind of double right hander, sector 3. It was hard to tell really from the onboard, but yeah, and he does get out of the way as well for T-Bag, so fair play there.
Yeah, I mentioned right at the start of the stream that double right hander is a horrible corner. Like if you're on the throttle still as you get in it, it pulls you out wide, which makes the car think that the car behind just always thinks there's a gap up the inside, but you take that wide line in, you cut across.
Oh no, Chris has had another spin, turn literally the same place as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Chris. Was having an outstanding drive, to be honest, up there battling with these guys. His mechanical charging doesn't really seem to be. He's got the same level of DRS as Scotty. And Osso is now within DRS of these as well. And Osso's got double the ERS that these have. So Osso looking really good at the moment. He does have that 3-second penalty though.
It's interesting actually looking around how guys take that double right hander. A lot of variations of how guys are doing it.
Yeah. I found myself, I prefer the wide entrance and cut sharp across the curb on the exit, but I noticed on Friday that a couple of drivers behind were sort of having a look up the inside, so I had to try and change the way I took that.
Yeah, it's not a place I'd be sticking my nose, to be honest with you.
Oh, Scotty's going for a move on Colin. Colin taking the defensive inside line into turn 1. Oh, I'm not sure if there was contact then on the exit of turn 1.
I don't think there was, but it was pretty close. This is what I held Carl as well.
Osso's all over Scotty. I thought he was actually making a move there into turn 4.
Yeah, I think that's helped Carl there a small, but Colin is in a better place with DRS now as well, as he does get a spin. I do suspect he's going to recharge here again and try and have a go off Carl. Last lap, maybe he's not recharging, but he might still have enough if he can get close enough.
Yeah, he seems to be recharging. Scotty's attacking now, to be honest. He's down to 11% ERS. Also behind, still at 60%. We have had a Mercedes spin at turn 2. I think that is Luckman.
Yeah, that's Luckman. Unfortunate for Luckman. It's a difficult track, Clay. It is a difficult track. It's quite technical.
It is, and one little mistake costs you, I find, for a few corners, especially with a long straight. If you make a mistake on that right-hander that you were talking about, end of sector 1, beginning of sector 2, if you make a little mistake there, it costs you all the way down that straight.
Yeah, it does, 100%.
It's very fine margins on this track, and obviously you see in here how close the guys are. The battle for the lead split by, less than 2 seconds. Well, less than a second and a half at the moment.
Yeah, I think this is Colin needs to nail his exit here and get a good run on Carroll. Seems to be struggling a small bit with that right-hander. Tyres are going to be feeling. Yeah, he has a bit of a slip there again. He doesn't want to spin either, Faye. Yeah, Carroll just getting a much better run, and he will deploy, and he will leave heavy RS, but it's too far away for me.
Scotty's moved over to the inside. Also, is through to P3. Yeah, Colin getting very close to Carl, but unfortunately not close enough to make a move. Carl just needs to get clean exits of these corners now, but his recharge light is flashing.
Ooh, Colin getting close here. Will he stick it up the inside? He will. Just kind of backs out of it a small bit. It's a difficult place to go side by side.
Yeah, again, it's another corner where the wide sweeping line is the line you want to be on.
Yeah, I mean, look, he tries it. He stays narrow. He gets on the curve. He realises it's not going to happen. He backs out. It's good driving for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Kane Lowry and Backman do having a little tussle here as well. Kane Lowry, after his spin, he's still only 2 positions worse off, so all things considered, he's not in a bad place at all.
Yeah, apologies, just watching your leaders come across the line now. Osso does have that 3-second penalty, so he will lose 2 positions there. Matey Boy takes P4. Jam just outside of that 3-second margin to Osso finishing P6. And Dimster there rounding out the top 10. Dylan and Gameful swapping positions just at the line. Yeah, so a bit disappointing for a couple of drivers there. Dylan obviously starting out, getting that lead, building up a 2-second gap, and then, unfortunately spinning, dropping right down the order. Gameful having contact. T-Bag, I think, was involved in that as well. Nerf pack contact.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a bit for the race.
Yeah. Bear with me 1 second. Apologies there, guys. I'm back now. Just a quick check of the tyres. So just 3 runners opting for the mediums. That's Gainful, Lou and Jampot. Everyone else opting for the hards. I believe the hard medium is the best strategy here. Putting that faster tyre on at the end does help. But yeah, it's just whether or not we get through cleanly. There's no safety cars. As Wesley's there saying easy win for Osso. He'd have to do a race without a penalty first, I think. And if he's got enough fuel, that's the big one.
It'll be interesting to see how the strategies play out, Clay. Obviously the medium runners are going to have a lot of pace for the opening laps. I think long term the hard medium is probably a better strategy, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Hopefully
yeah, I think all that depends on safety cars really for me.
Yeah, it's not really a safety car track though, is it?
I think we saw one on Friday night in ours.
Yeah.
I think there was a VS. We might have had a VSC as well. But we are forming up now. Terriers just coming out final corner. The usual, everyone being disqualified.
I think looking at that sprint, I think Colin is going to want to get a good start here if he can get a jump on Carlin in turn 1, possibly. Obviously we want everyone to get through.
Lights on. And away we go. Cal looks like he's got a decent start there. Colin, not a bad one. Dylan got a flyer again. 2 positions off the start.
Yeah. Nice and clean. Everyone navigating turn 1 nicely, so that's good.
Yeah, Osso and Kane Lowry going side by side through turn 2. Osso managed to hold the place. Dylan's fighting with Jampot at the moment. They're back and forth swapping positions. Dylan had to back out there because he had Kane Lowry right in front of him on the apex of the corner, but Jam and Dylan both got past Kane Lowry there, so not a brilliant start there from Kane.
Ooh, my leaderboard is glitching at the minute.
Mine doesn't seem too bad, mate. He's very close to the back of Scott here. He has got Osso as well, who's got away well, held his own there for that P5, as I say, battling Kane Lowry through turns 1 and 2. Carl looks like again he has got away cleanly there, just holding Colin behind.
I had it set to leader, not interval. I was kind of wondering how there was such a spread already. Yeah, I think the Jampot's going to want to try and capitalise here as well, Clay. He's on a kind of a great run of form at the minute.
Yeah, he is. Few good results in a row. Obviously the sprint's not gone the way he'd have liked. And he had that little moment in qualifying where he forgot to put his ERS on. But yeah, there's a long way to go yet. 25 laps left. As Jam is trying to get around Osso. Yeah, I've just realised Jam's on them medium tyres, so he'll be wanting to get past as quick as he possibly can.
Yeah, that's it. But you don't want to be reckless either and end up costing yourself. Lookman and T-Bag having a nice little battle there as well, to be fair to them.
Gameful's made it past Big Lou. Lookman, T-Bag look like they're still battling. Bit of a train there behind as well. Only a small gap appearing in front of Lookman, just over a second.
Terriers is round, is he? No, Dimster span around. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I did see Jackie making a move up the inside.
Terriers is missing an end plate.
Yeah, I look late if I'm honest. I'm not sure. Gainful on them mediums as well, who is going to want to make them work as well in the early couple of laps. But as you said, a nicely timed safety car changes kind of everything really. I think you can extend them hards a lot more than the mediums, but once the mediums fall off the cliff, they really die around here, I think.
Yeah, definitely, it is noticeable. We should see DRS activated this lap as well.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's only 2 drivers that don't have ERS at the minute, and one of them is in around the second, so it might kind of cancel itself out as well. It depends how guys get on. DRS is enabled now, and Dylan is on the back of the jam pot and nearly hits the back of him. Oh.
I didn't want to say it too soon, but we got through an opening lap with no issues.
Yeah, it's insanity at the finest.
As these guys now do have DRS down this back straight on the run into that chicane. Is anyone going to be making a move?
For it. Ooh. I think you would have got a track level warning for that, but it did look okay from what I saw anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, it looked like that bollard got stuck on Carl's car then.
Yeah,
we have got another spinner. That's game full, dropping down the order. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who's got on warnings here as well, because it is a very tough track for track limit warnings. Be interesting to see what Carl does now as well, whether he just sits behind Colin or tries to get him back as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for Carl because the guys behind him are no slouches either at the same time, so kind of has to go for it, but be reserved at the same time, I think.
Terriers, 5-second penalty speeding in the pit lane. But yeah, at the moment, your battle for the lead is pretty much your top 8. All of them within DRS of each other.
Yeah, I mean, the whole field is incredibly tight 4 laps in. You couldn't rule anyone out, really, could you?
No, definitely not. As you say, differing strategies as well.
The jam pot seems to be struggling on them mediums. It could be just me, but I was expecting him to have a lot more pace, but it just doesn't seem to have it at the minute. And the train is really is causing an issue. There's nobody can really gain on anyone. The only one this is affecting is Colin, because he's going to have to rinse his DRS to try and stay out ahead.
Yeah, definitely. He's doing well at the moment. Still got the same amount as Carl. But as you said, this DRS train pretty much just following him isn't going to be ideal for him. As Jam is very close to the inside of Osso there. I thought he was going for a move.
Yeah, you see, and this is what I'm saying, Clay. You can stick your nose in there, you can brake late, you can get under power, but you're asking for trouble. All it takes is the guy on the outside to slightly misjudge it, and all of a sudden you're spanning around. It's not really a place I'd be putting my nose anyway if it's me, no matter what I was thinking, you know. Scotty is absolutely stuck to the back of Carl there. Through the last corner as well, to be fair, Club.
Yeah, Scotty's in a really good position with his ERS as well. I think he's got the most of this battle in the top 7.
Yeah, to be fair, Scotty has sandbagged 4 seasons to get down to tier 3, so he's making a count at this stage. I mean, the guy's persistent, I give him that.
Dylan's looking close to Jam here as well. Saying that, on the exit of the corner, Jam's now closer to Osso.
Yeah, and he does. He seemed to have the run on him, but it's a difficult one actually, this braking zone. It's such a heavy braking zone with cars ahead. If you miss your braking point, it's difficult. It can be difficult. The mediums, just with the DRS train that's going on at the moment, the mediums are just not reaching their full potential. It's not working out for them at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right. The advantage you'd expect to have is probably being negated a bit by the DRS.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's only one guy in the top 15 that doesn't have ERS, and that's Big Lou, and obviously Colin in the lead. It's crazy how close this is after 5 laps, just about to start lap 6, and the field is stuck together. It's mental actually.
And that's exactly it. You know, as I was saying before about a safety car, while everyone's so close, safety car is possible.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know, a safety car this early probably doesn't really benefit anyone, but then medium runners, they get the option of going long on the hards. Whereas if you were on the hards, you wouldn't want to pit if a safety car came out in the next 5 laps or so.
No, not a hope. Yeah, definitely. No, I came up up 3 positions as well, so he's actually doing relatively well compared. He struggled a bit in the sprint, a couple of spins.
Oh,
he's not doing too
all
badly.
Over the back of Jam here. If he gets a good exit, he could potentially go for this. We'll see now.
And he has the wings as well. Will he get close enough is the question. I don't think he will.
No.
Yeah, just backs out of that. Jam goes deep. That's a mistake from Jam. Dylan hangs around the outside and he gets past him. A mistake from the Jam pod. Was he anticipating a move? I'm not sure. Either it was a mistake or he was anticipating the move. Just goes a bit deep, getting caught in the curb, and he loses the position to Dylan, and he has Kane Lowry on the back from now as well. But as we pointed out, DRS is useless at the moment.
Yeah, definitely is. Them mediums will sort of be starting to get into that window where you start noticing the difference. And the hards start coming into their own.
Definitely, another 2-3 laps and they're not going to feel great.
And yeah, just picking up on what you said then, Matey Boy having another fantastic race. He's had a real good run this season. Had some very good results and been up there battling with the leaders. It's been good to see.
Yeah, 100%. I think I had him in the Williams last season. Had an awful start to the season, first half of the season. Just all of a sudden found pace, and you know, he obviously moved down from tier 2, but doesn't look like he'll be a million miles away from tier 2 at the minute, so credit to him. As Jackie gets past King Upman, I didn't see the overtake, but it happened.
Yeah, just looking Jams all over the back of Dylan.
Yeah, the problem here is Jam is absolutely rinsed to CDR S, and everyone around him is actually not in a bad place.
It looked like Jam tried sending it up the inside of the chicane though. Also was closing in on Matey Boy at turn 4-5, but looks to drop back off. Matey's now all over the back of Scotty. Almost pushing him through that double right-hander there. Yeah,
Jampa keeps looking up the inside of the double right-hander. I'm not saying he doesn't look like he's going to make a move, but he's looking at it. I mean, if it works, great. If it doesn't, it's problematic. If the race keeps going like this, there's going to be no overtakes.
Yeah, it's been a bit lackluster so far.
And you know what? Colin is doing a great job since taking the lead as well, and he's in a good place for the RS. Carl is rinsing. He has Scotty behind him as well, but Colin's doing relatively well considering he has no ERS, or he doesn't have the benefit of DRS, so he's not doing a bad job there at all.
Yeah, doing a good job, and like you said, not rinsing his ERS either. Doing really well, controlling the pace out front.
Yeah, I think Dylan is settling down into the snow as well, and he's closing on the back of us. So he showed great pace in quality and in the sprint until he had the spin. So if he can get close, oh, Matey Boy makes a big mistake as Dylan also makes a mistake. He's going to bring the jam pod into it.
Looks like Osso's got Matey Boy. Matey Boy has got his ERS on. Osso's got it on as well. Are they going in side by side? No, Osso's backed out, pulled in behind him.
Yeah, Matey Boy doing a bit of a jam pod on it. He just went a bit deep into the chicane, caught the curve. Dylan then had a look at Osso. Small bit of contact, nothing worth talking about. As Osso goes up the inside, that is brave. That's brave, and he gets it done nice and cleanly. Matey Boy leaving plenty of room. Great racing. Just shows two cars can go side by side there. As Dylan is now looking at Matey Boy as well. Oh. And he gets it done. Does he get it done? No, Matey Boy's going back at him.
Yeah, still side by side. Well. Yeah, mate, he keeps that position.
Oh, wow.
Also, Dylan.
Wowsy.
3-second penalties.
Yeah, he just absolutely violated turn 1.
We have got yellow flags. That's the spinner at turn 1. Teabag's dropping down the order again. Not sure if there were contact there with Teabag and he's given the position back.
Oh, Dempster's DNF in the pits. So he must have an issue.
Yeah, that bit of battling though, there's now lost also a bit of time to Scotty ahead. Still within DRS, but just lost a few tenths that lap.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, that was scary there for a couple of corners. I think everyone looked okay, to be fair. They got through it, no contact, but it did look a bit scary. Obviously, also and Dylan are having penalties as well, as that is the yellow flag, and I can't see where it is.
It's Dempster's car coming back out on track.
Yeah.
It should be gone by the time the leaders get there. It should pull off track here to the right now. Just looking at the comments, Stingray saying, let's go Osso, good move. Oh, never mind, Osso back to normal. Yeah, picked up his 3-second penalty almost straight after making that overtake on Matey Boy. It'd be interesting to see if Osso's got enough fuel in.
Oh yeah, I forgot to check that actually. Gainful showing the fuel light. Gainful's the only guy that is showing the fuel light, so how close is that? I'm not sure. Dylan getting really close. Oh, that's Dylan round. Kind of looked inevitable, if I'm honest, but
yeah, I noticed a couple of moments ago, just before I started looking at the fuel lights, that he following extremely closely through turn 3 and 4.
Oh, I need a new team.
And that has put a gap between P4 and 5 as well. Now Matey Boy not within DRS. Jam will probably look to capitalise here as well. As he goes for a move up the inside of that right-hander. Doesn't manage to get it done. Just trying to go up the inside again, through the double. And that's it, surely Jam's tyres will start feeling it now as well, 10 laps on their mediums.
Oh, Chris and Gainful nearly having a collision there, just about avoided a yellow flag. That looks to be Dylan again.
Jam's in the pits, Jam's in.
Yeah, the undercut works here, it definitely does, but the problem is he's on a different strategy. I'm not sure how that's going to play out.
Yeah, it depends on where he comes out. If he comes out in traffic, it's probably not going to benefit him. But if he does come out into a bit of open space, I think he should be laughing here. Yeah, or definitely looking at getting onto the podium with how close they were up at the front.
Yeah, the undercut works. Obviously, the issue that Jampot's going to have is the guys on the mediums are going to be so fast at the end. So it really depends where he ends up once everyone else pits.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just thinking though, his mediums then weren't brilliant, opposed to the hards. The pace difference wasn't massive. Would you expect it to be a lot more substantial with lower fuel?
Yes, yeah, I would. From the practice I did, they're definitely a lot better on lower fuel. But as you said, it is a high wearing track, so they'll still go off a lot faster than the hards. The hards actually, this is the second race I've done on this game around France, and for some reason this time round the hards actually felt like a decent race tyre. The first time round they didn't, so could be a couple of patch updates since maybe, I'm not sure. I think the hard is a decent tyre. It'd be very, very interesting to see where the jam pod ends up. I'd expect the hard runners to run to lap 14, 15, 16, depending if there's overcuts or undercuts going on. But yeah, Colin is still doing a great job out the front, I think, to be honest with you.
Losing to the pits.
Was he a medium runner?
Yeah, he was.
It'd be interesting to see if the jam pot comes, if he gets out behind the jam pot or in front of him, and that is teabag round. So yeah, yellow flag, sector 3, T-Bag having not his best race.
No,
but he'll
definitely
keep
not.
going.
Not from
As he won't keep going, he just...
5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, I was on board with that. It was just full power into the pit lane. Yeah, not sure.
Scotty very close to the back of Carl here as well. Front four still
As
unbelievably
T-Bag
close.
pits for a set of inters and the new wing. No, he's quitting the pits. No, he's not. He's back out.
He's out on the inters.
Does he know something we don't?
I know it is a game glitch at times when you set your wing to change. It does sometimes put you on inters, but that'll just make his day worse. I was going to say when it rains he pours, but I think he'll be open for the rain, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a disaster, if I'm honest. That's nothing worse than that. That's his race done.
Yeah.
Anyway, as look, I've said this 1,000 times. Safety car changes everything. You could end up finishing P10 all the way down in P17. So I know T-Bag, he'll be pissed off, but he's going to keep going. He's not going to stop.
Yeah, I've got Gameful into the pits as well now. He is on the mediums. Let's see if he goes for a dry tyre. Yeah, he is going for the hard. Yeah, Gameful coming out just ahead of, well, a fair bit ahead of T-Bag, who I believe will be having a nightmare on that run on inters. Yeah, almost 6 seconds off his time through sector 2. The car looks like it's sliding everywhere. And he's straight back into the pits.
As he absolutely flies into the pits again. That's another 5-second pit lane penalty, so...
Yeah. He's not having a good day at all. Matey Boy is eating back into this gap to the front four. It was around 2 seconds. He has got it back to a second now.
Oh God, it's got him on softs this time. Not sure if that's intentional or not, but yeah, is what it is. Colin's still doing a great job out in front. The ERS though is kind of down. There is a bit of a spread after forming with the first round of pit stops. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see.
That's not good. T-Bag picking up a 3-second penalty there as he moved out of the way to not affect the leading group.
Yeah, fair play. That's sensible driving.
But yeah, Matey Boy's got back into that DRS zone now. He's pulled Kane Lowry with him as well. So your top 6 now forming a little DRS trainers. We've had a Red Bull spin. Who was that? Was that Batman Do? He's lost about 5 seconds. Oh! Also in Scotty's side by side there through the chicane. Also looks like he's got a better exit.
Apologies for that strange noise.
Yeah, Scotty losing the position to Osso though, and Scotty's rinsed his ERS this past few laps. I just realised he's down on about 8%. It looks like they all are, to be honest. They're all around the 13-15% mark.
They are, I think. You're heading towards the stage now where you're going to be coming into the pits, so you're going to get some battery back. So I think he's just kind of depleting what they have.
I think I only managed to pull about 40%.
Oh no! 5 seconds for Scotty. That's ruined his chances of a podium potentially. Kane Lowry, who's on his hards and stays out with 86%. ERS and 1-1 wings. He's going to go to the end on these hards, I think.
Also, yeah, now taking over the lead. He has pulled a bit of a gap on Matey Boy as well. Also going for the overcut, it looks like here on the other drivers.
Just see where the jam pod ends up here as well. Oh, the jam pod undercuts the lot! Whoa!
I mean, I
Oh,
said I
lad,
think he'd be
that
in a
was
battle for the podium. I didn't expect it to be
yeah.
for the lead.
And he has his tyres up to temperature now as well, so he'll probably gap him for DRS as well. Was that a mega move?
He's not
Whoa.
far off in ERS as well. I was just going to add, when you mentioned about recharging when they come into the pits, that you don't actually recharge that much. I noticed they only charged about 30-40%.
And he has a second and a half on Colin already. No,
Kane
he has
Lowry's
rinsed
just
his
had a
ERS, to be
spin.
fair, but
Kane Lowry's just had a spin there as well at the chicane. He is now 6 seconds behind Matey Boy. Do you expect to see Osso in this lap? He is. Matey Boy is as well.
I've no idea what's going on, but the cars are lagging everywhere for me. All the cars.
That's been fine on mine.
As King Luckman and Northpack go side by side into the pits. I don't think they actually did, but yeah.
Showed them both ghosted on mine. Yellow flag there. Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that with Teabag, he's just stayed off track out the way and picked up another 10-second penalty.
Yeah, a late safety car is going to do a whole pile here, and he gets another one. He's going to be disqualified.
Yeah. It's just with how close the grid is, he's trying to stay off the track to let them all pass, to not affect them. But
yeah.
And Osso's managed to jump Carl as well in that pit.
Yeah, it's funny, the undercut and the overcut both worked. Always that jam pot playing an absolute blinder, though, to be fair.
Yeah, and he will be on the hard tyres, so I'd expect his tyres to be still fairly, being able to push him for the rest of the race. The guys on the mediums probably will start to feel them after about 10 laps or so.
Yeah, Colin is closing the gap, and if I'm honest, I do see the Jampot struggling with the guys behind, but towards the last 5-6 laps, I think he'll definitely have the advantage. As with the yellow flag, that's Teabag is rolled again.
Back and Chris into the pit, so Jam is now the race leader. And he is still out of DRS to Colin. And Jam has now got more ERS than Colin as well, which I didn't expect. Carl and Osso are not in a bad place with ERS here.
Yeah, definitely.
As Osso's past Colin. Osso's up into P2.
Yeah, it just seems to be after getting them mediums fired up a bit quicker than Colin. This is changing everything.
Yeah, and I definitely think this is playing into Jam's hands as well here.
Yeah, it is, but he's going to get caught. I'm going to say it now, Osso for the win.
Wow, that's a bold statement with a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Osso not for the win is what I meant. We'll remove that, sure, look. We can remove penalties as we see fit, apparently.
Yeah, seems that way. Doesn't do me any favours though.
Osso going a bit deep.
Yeah, mate, he's all over the back of Carl here as well. Also, fastest lap of the race. He's giving the people what they want.
it's hard. You know what? If he can get past the jam pod and the jam pod miraculously holds the guys up, he could potentially drive himself out of that penalty.
Yeah, it's just whether or not he'll lose so much without the DRS. He has gapped Colin as well, 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, also is absolutely flying. He's on asteroids, 100%. He's renting his ERS a bit, but everybody is, if I'm honest. He's absolutely flying. If he can take him pretty quick and build that gap, you know, a couple of laps, mediums start dropping off a bit. It's possible. It's not impossible. It's difficult. It is difficult, but it's not. I don't think it's impossible. He's flying. He's absolutely flying.
Yeah, doing himself a favour as well, though, building that gap to Colin. Like you say, the 3-second penalty.
Yeah. 100%. And we saw that Carl couldn't get past mechanical either. So, as I said, I really do think this is playing into Osso's hands. He just needs to dispose of the jam pod as fast as possible, if possible. But jam pod he's not going to be an easy guy to pass either, and he is going defensive into turn 1. And I don't think Osso's going to do anything crazy. I think the back straight is probably his best opportunity if he can get close enough through the double right-hander, that is.
Yeah, if he gets a good run onto that back straight, I'd expect to see him get the move done. He got the move done on Colin very early on that straight, so I'm not sure if Colin made a mistake onto that straight.
Stingray says he doesn't have a fuel light on either.
The person who's on about banning is a bit further up.
Oh, sweet.
Car 123665. Want to become famous? Followers, prime subs, and views on viewers shop. I mean, I wouldn't mind being famous. Is that something we can arrange?
Sort of. These people are interested anyway. 22 viewers again on stream. Super job. Also, yeah, he's maintaining that gap to Colin, but the jam pod is proving difficult to pass. There is a couple of battles going on throughout the field. Bark and Gainful going at it hard as well.
Matey Boy's made it past Carl as well, and he is looking to be pushing up on the back of Colin as well now. Who's down the pit? Terriers.
Terriers having a bad race by his standards. He's shown a lot of pace recently. He's just picking up a lot of penalties, unfortunately for him.
Full send Dave. I believe that is T-Bag's friend. Yeah, T-Bag's not had a good race, to be honest. I think he had an incident with someone. He pulled aside to let him pass, give the position back, and then he got wing damage. He came in to change his wing. The game put him on intermediate, so then he had to pit again to put dry tyres on. He got 2 speeding in the pit lane penalties and 2 10-second penalties for being off track too long. So yeah, very bad day at the office here for T-Bag. Let's have a quick look at the tyres. Jam has done 9 laps on them hards. Next hard runner is Lou down in 10th. And then you guys who opted to start on the hards, on the mediums now. Does seem a quicker tyre, but I wouldn't really say it's a substantial amount. Also is finding it difficult to get past Jam here.
Yeah, he is. He is, you know what, and if it ends this way, I think the jam pod has just played a blinder, like an absolute blinder. I mean, technically on paper, he didn't have the best strategy, and he undercut the mediums by 2 laps as well. which is a lot. You normally see guys undercutting by 1 lap, as also gets a good run on him here. Jan Paco's defensive. This is his chance. He's close enough. He is side by side. Isn't enough though. He wants to go deep. No contact, please. Ooh. Yeah, there was no contact.
It sounded like a little soundboard there, to be honest, today.
Yeah.
Scotty's made it past Carl as well.
To be honest, we've been shorting for 15 hours. I don't want to be doing any more. I've enough of it this weekend.
Yeah, it has been a rough one.
No, the question is, can Osso drive himself out of that penalty? That is the question.
I think he can probably get himself to a position where he'll be on the podium still, potentially P2, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see.
If he can he needs to get Jam, or he needs to get Jam by a second fairly lively. The Jam is running a lot lower wings, and he's absolutely savaged his lead there, taking 3/10 out of him on the pit straight. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jam actually is in a position to have a run at him again. So yeah, still, it's just unfortunate with that track limit penalty, but yeah, the Jam will have a run on him here. Look, the Jam can afford to be sensible here. He's not going to want to do anything stupid. You know, at the end of the day, he's fighting for the championship, which he's brought himself back into that championship battle. He's not going to want to do anything silly. A win is a win, penalty or no penalty. He'll take the 25 points and walk away happy, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. Knowing both the title challenges are behind him as well. Obviously, Colin in third and Carl, your current championship leader, down in P6.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's gapping Colin as well on the slower tyre, and he did appear to struggle in the sprint. So I'm not sure. Maybe it is possibly looking like to me his race setup. His setup was built purposely for the race. Maybe he's struggling quality a bit because of it, but he's doing a good job at the moment. Just gonna have a look around the field and see what's going on.
It has started spreading out a bit now. But also in Jam are gapping Colin here. Gap from Jam to Colin at 1.7, which means Osso has got it around 2 seconds to Colin at the moment.
Yeah, do you know what as well? You're nearly guaranteed that there's guys on 2 limits. 100%. It's one of them tracks, you pick up limits so easily.
Yeah, corners you don't expect as well. So the double right-hander, where I was saying before, I prefer to run out wide and then cut in. I actually picked up a warning there, which I thought was impossible if I'm honest, but I found a way. Scotty looks like he's got a good run on Matey Boy here.
Ooh, Matey Boy! Ooh, Matey! Ooh, wowza! Yeah, that yellow flag. Who is that? Is that Teabag? Oh, Chris with a 3-second penalty, unlucky.
Yeah, you two at the front are pulling away here. It's now 2.5 seconds to Colin.
You know what? This is suiting Colin as well. Carl down in P6 at the minute. You know what? I wouldn't be worrying if I was Carl. The biggest concern I'd have if I was Carlo is that the Jam Pod is in prime position to take a win. Colin could potentially get himself into a P2 position as Carl gets a massive run of Matey Boy, and he should dispatch Matey Boy. Matey Boy going back at him again. DRS or ERS on. He does seem to have the wings, and Carl tucks back in behind.
Yeah, not really working for Carl. Can't really put it together. Oh, who's that spun? Oh no, it's Teabag. Ignore me. I saw the yellow flag and it was where the leaders were on track. Osso's just picked up another penalty.
Ooh. That's the race win gone anyway. Whatever chance he did have. And he's potentially down as far as P7 now with this, depending how it fares out.
Yeah, Carl will be making 2 positions up here as well, because Scotty's got a 5-second penalty. Osso's got 6, so Carl will be P4 at the moment, as it stands.
Yeah, the mediums are going to be dropping off now as well. I just can't understand how the jam pot has created this 2.5 second gap. He's on the slower tyres. He will be doing more laps. He pitted lap 10, so it's 17 laps on the hards, which is fine. It's very doable, but I just think he's doing a great job. And he's still extending the gap.
Yeah, he's done an absolutely stellar job, to be honest. Struggled on the mediums in the DRS train. Struggled to make them work against the hard runners around him, but decided to get off them, come out in some clean air, just get his head down and push, and yeah, managed to undercut Mechanical and Carl. So yeah, brilliant drive from Jam. I think he was around P6 when he pitted as well. So it's not just a small undercut; he's undercut 5 people.
Yeah, it was a ballsy move, and it's just worth the treat, an absolute treat. It's one of the best undercuts I've ever seen, especially where he came back out. And it was so tight. He literally got him on the pit exit. If he was 2-3 seconds back, he wouldn't have got there. Maybe even less.
Sorry, Pompey there, just asking if we could look at Osso's battery. He's at 24%, same as Jam. Mechanical 13, Matey 13, Carl.
I think Osso's battery at this stage now is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, he has got Colin outside of that 3-second mark as well, so he would have been looking at a P2.
As we got JJ Trim in the comments, who's drank 17 bottles of Amaretto. Fair play to JJ. You know what, just as we're at it, look, a lot of guys are aware that we've had a few issues this weekend, and just want to say a big thanks. The 90% of the guys here rode in behind us. You know, a lot of guys that are here a long time. You know, everybody rode in. Everybody knows this is the best league to race in, and you know it is what it is. So, just big thanks to everyone for that, and we'll swiftly move on.
Dan getting a bit soppy.
Yeah, do you know what? Though, it is. It's great to see that you got the diehards, and you know, 90% of this league, you know, love the league. Quite happy where they are. A lot of them don't even race in other leagues, so yeah, just appreciate the sport, guys.
Scotty and Mechanical battling here, compromised them both. Matey boys trying to get them both here into the chicane.
Oh, Scotty's on the inside. It's only going to end up one way. Whoa! Whoa!
Looked like Colin brake really late there. I didn't even. I thought Matey boy had that done.
Yeah, and Scotty trying to make it 3 wide. That's not going to work. That's scrappy, if I'm honest. That didn't look great. Obviously, the point of views might look a bit different, but
yeah, Matey boy has finally managed to get that move done. But Scotty looking very racy against Mechanical.
And you know what? This has made a huge difference. Also, Basso, if he can pull something out of the bag, he might drop as much as he would have if these 3 or 4 weren't battling as hard as they were.
He needs to pull a second to stay on the podium. He's still got 30% ERS. We're on the final lap now. Osso needs to do a quali lap.
And deploy hard.
Yeah, these lads currently battling for P3 have no. That's
no!
Colin.
Oh,
Matey
what
boy.
is he thinking? Oh, man.
I didn't really get a good camera angle of it as it changed, but yeah, looked like he made contact up the inside and got stuck on Matey's car, and Carl's been let off again.
They're banging each other around the track. Look, I didn't catch it properly. It looked like Colin made a move off the inside. Matey was side by side. I didn't see 100%. I'm sure we're going to hear about it after, but it's not something you want to see after such a great race. Not sure what Matey boy is doing there, but
yeah, don't agree with that. The weaving there on the straight at all. Let's not lose your heads now. It's the last lap, lads. And in other news, Osso has got the gap he needs to P3, so Osso will finish second.
You know what? He'll be pissed off at that. That race was in the bag if he was just a bit smarter with his track limits, but yeah, he'll take P2. 6 seconds worth of penalties, you're going to be taking that P2. You're going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely brilliant drive there from Osso. Scotty's time penalty pops him down to P5. Sorry, actually, it's dropping him further down. I think he picked up another time penalty. Might be wrong. Matey Boy taking P5. Kane Lowry up into P4. After what seemed to be a bit of a disastrous start, lost a lot of positions off the start. Matey Mechanical 5th and 6th. Scotty 7th. Gameful just taking 10th there from Big Luke. Dylan down in 15th. I think he's last across the line. Oh, he's got Terriers just behind him as well.
You know what? Credit where it's due. Fair play to T-Bag. He had 28 seconds of penalties. He kept going. He didn't give up. Yeah, credit's due there. That's a difficult race for T-Bag, but he kept going. You know what? By and large, that was a super race. A couple of stupid stuff in the last few laps, but a good session overall, I think.
Yeah, no safety cars, no VSCs, no turn 1, lap 1 drama. Yeah, brilliant race, and Jam's just corrected me there, saying it was P7 he was when he pitted. So yeah, undercut on the 6 guys ahead, so brilliant result, brilliant strategy there from Jam, and a brilliant drive from Osso as well, building that gap. Made it harder for himself, picking up an extra track limit penalty, but still managed to put the times in, use his ERS wisely, and build that gap there to take P2.
Yeah, look, I did comment on Jam Pat there quite a lot. I just think, maybe if maybe if Osso didn't have the penalties, it might have worked out differently, but I just think Jam Pat with such a ballsy move, yeah, it was super stuff from him.
Yeah, obviously we'll discuss it after the race, but I think he's definitely a strong contender for driver of the day there with that strategy call.
Yeah, 100%.
And that is it for this weekend. Join us next week. Where are we, Dan? Is it Canada?
We're in CDR. It's definitely not Canada. 1 second, and I will grab that for people. Next week we are in Hungary.
Apologies, Canada's 2 weeks after that. Yeah, Hungary next week. Join us Friday. We should be live back on the Twitch on Friday. Apologies, Tier 2 wasn't on there. We had a couple of issues, so it was streamed on YouTube. But yeah, we'll be back Friday. Tier 1, 2 at Hungary, and then on Sunday with Tier 3.